What if I told you that not caring about sports doesn't mean you're boring, lazy, or disconnected, but psychologically, it often means your brain is wired very differently. While millions scream at screens, memorize stats, and emotionally invest in teams that don't even know they exist, there's a small group of people watching quietly, feeling nothing, no excitement, no tribal loyalty, no obsession, and society has a name for them. Weird, but psychology has another word. Let's talk about the minds that don't need a team to feel alive. Section 1. Society's obsession versus the outsiders. Sports aren't just games. Psychologists describe them as modern tribal rituals. They provide belonging, identity, emotional release, social bonding. For many people, sports replace what ancient tribes once offered: a shared enemy, shared victory, shared meaning. So when someone says, "I just don't care about sports," people don't hear disinterest, they hear rejection of the tribe. That's why non-sports people are often labeled antisocial, cold, not fun, unmanly, or unfeminine. But here's the truth most don't realize: not obsessing over sports isn't a lack of emotion. It's a different emotional economy. Section 2. The psychological profile. Research in personality psychology shows that people who don't attach to sports often share specific traits. High internal identity. Sports fans often merge identity with a team. We won, we lost. But non-obsessive individuals usually have a strong internal sense of self. They don't need group identity, symbolic victories, external validation through teams. Their self-worth doesn't rise or fall with a scoreboard. This isn't arrogance. It's psychological self-containment. Low need for emotional substitution. Sports act as a safe emotional outlet for many people. Anger, competition, triumph, loss. For people who don't obsess over sports, those emotions are processed elsewhere. Creativity, work, deep thinking, personal goals, quiet reflection. They don't outsource emotion to a game. They process it internally. Section 3. The intelligence misunderstanding. Studies on cognitive styles show that analytical thinkers often struggle with spectator obsession. Why? Because their brains ask questions like, why should I care about an outcome I can't influence? Why emotionally invest in strangers playing a game? What does this change in my actual life? This doesn't mean sports fans are unintelligent. It means non-fans value meaning over spectacle. They prefer creation over consumption, depth over hype, reality over symbolism. And in a world driven by distraction, that mindset looks threatening. Section 4. Emotional depth. The quiet truth. Here's the part no one talks about. Many people who don't care about sports feel too deeply for shallow emotional loops. They don't want recycled drama, manufactured rivalry, temporary highs. They crave real conversations, emotional authenticity, long-term fulfillment, and screaming at a screen just doesn't feed that hunger. So they stay quiet, detached, observing, not because they don't feel, but because they feel selectively. Section 5. Loneliness and social cost. Let's be honest, not liking sports can be socially isolating. Office conversations, family gatherings, friend groups. When the entire room lights up and you feel nothing, you start wondering, what's wrong with me? Nothing. You just don't bond through mass emotion. You bond through individual connection. But society rarely celebrates that. Section 6. What this says about modern culture. Sports obsession thrives in cultures where people feel powerless, life feels monotonous, control is limited. Cheering for a team creates illusion of influence, shared victories, emotional escape. Those who reject that escape often do so because they're searching for real agency, not symbolic wins. They don't want to watch greatness. They want to build something of their own. Section 7. Final truth. If you don't obsess over sports, you're not broken, you're not empty, you're not superior either. You're just wired for meaning over noise, depth over spectacle, reality over ritual. And in a world addicted to distraction, that kind of mind will always feel out of place. But it's also the mind that sees clearly when the cheering stops. If this video made you feel understood, not entertained, but seen, like the video, subscribe to Unfiltered Mind. Because here, we don't talk about what people enjoy, we talk about why they do, and why some of us never needed the crowd to feel whole.